Hello everyone on YouTube, welcome back to LM Simulation, and I am back here in Train Simulator Classic. It has been a while, well definitely for me, as a great many of you will have heard through my last live stream and YouTube video. I was actually gearing up to do my driving lesson and my driving test actually, to be honest, because that's all happened in the past week, and I've actually got past that now, so we can focus back on all the live streams and the videos again, and I'm very happy and pleased to say that I did pass my driving test, something that I've been looking to do for about 2.5 years now, to be honest, but COVID has put it on hold. However, to be honest, I couldn't be happier right now. I can now focus well and truly on the channel and giving you the best quality content without any interruption. So I do appreciate everyone for their kind words and gestures from last week. And I look forward to bringing you some wonderful new content every week from here on out, as long as I can do so, obviously with summer holidays coming up soon to bear in mind. Also, anyway, here we are at Liverpool Lime Street. This is a local station to myself on the ATS Chat Moss route, the Alan Thompson simulation Chat Moss route, and we're going to be looking at something that a lot of people have been having a keen interest into, and that is the Class 185 from Alan Thompson Sim, the ATS Class 185. Now, critically acclaimed, this is a fantastic piece of DLC. In fact, it is probably the piece of DLC you need to get this year. If you haven't already, that is great. Many of you will already have had this, and this is going to be a review and a playthrough of using the Class 185 here in Train Sim Classic. We're going to be taking a scenario by Adam Hay, or Adam Hay, however you want to pronounce his name. We're doing it from here in Liverpool over across to Manchester, Victoria today. Anyway, so without further ado, let's jump into this scenario. Here we are at Liverpool Lime Street, and here is the wonderful Class 185 that we'll be driving up as far as Manchester, Victoria today on this service over to Newcastle. So we've got 185-111 in the special Victoria Cross Heroes livery, and now this is a gorgeous livery, I must admit. It is not, it's not perfect. It is a little bit low res when you get, zoom in, but that's not a huge issue. I must admit, this livery must have taken years to make. Honestly, look at the detail of it. It is superb, absolutely phenomenal, and that is not what this video is about. It's not just about this reskin. It is about the Class 185 as a whole from Alan Thompson Sim. So this is the Transpennine Express livery, after it was rebranded as Transpennine Express instead of First Transpennine Express. So I will focus a little bit on the finer details in this. So as you can see here, you've got your coupler mechanism here. I believe this is your standard Delna coupler mechanism that you'll find on most units these days, to be honest. And this has got loads and loads of different wiring and gearing onto it. There's some sort of rusting on the top here where you can see it's been exposed to the elements for quite a long time. You can see there's a caution sign that you can barely see due to the sort of weathering on top of that. You've got all of these little nuts and bolts that have been carefully designed and put into place, all of the different spots on the lights and everything like that. You can zoom in on your windscreen wipers here. You have such gorgeous detail on these windscreen wipers. It is absolutely insane how much detail there really is into this piece of DLC. It is second to none. Look at the detail on the grime on the windscreen and everything like that. It is, honestly, I don't think you'll even find this in an Armstrong Powerhouse product, and that is an Armstrong Powerhouse product there. That's the Armstrong Powerhouse Class 319 Pack Volume 1 or 2. One of them, anyway. Which you notice for some reason the disabled sign just disappears as you look away. Anyway, so this is the Class 185. Many great people have been awaiting this. If you want to have a look in the first livery, this is the first livery over here. So this is your dynamic lines livery. Essentially, what is dynamic lines on the 185? One of my favourite liveries, I think. I love the blue and how it sort of flows, and I love this sort of like dynamic lines. It's a very nice livery, I must admit. I'm not saying this isn't, but it doesn't kind of, to me, it's not the same, if you know what I mean. But anyway, let's get a screenshot so that we can get the video underway. There we go. There's a great many feature to this DLC. It's not just the detailing on the outside. There is a whole new ball game when it comes to driving this train. So we're going to have a look now as we jump into the cab. So let's jump into the scenario. Here we are. This is the cab, the Class 185. As you can see, it is all ready to go pretty much. We just need to get just the major controls set up, to be honest, and make sure that we can get on our way. We've got a red signal at the moment there, so we're going to get the doors open in due course. Anyway, so you can wind down your blinds there. You've got your windows here, cab window here. Makes a lovely noise if you sort of lower it and put it up and down. That's a lovely little sound there. You can lower your second man seat if you wish, or put it back up. You can even open the cab door if you want. We're not going to do that just yet though. Sort of mess up the door mechanism. Anyway, so let's get underway. Let's turn our master key on and put ourselves into neutral. Reset the AWS and put ourselves into day mode on the on the light configuration there. So everything else is pretty much set up. This is a Siemens train, so you're going to get this very similar to the Class 350. So essentially with this you can use your arrow keys to navigate your way over. We're going to acknowledge the configuration as you would on a Class 350. We're a 3-car unit today, and puts our GSMR details in here. It should be in the, yes they are, they should be in the briefing. 1 Echo 76 is our head code today, and we're at signal 509. We now need to enter the PIS route code 9306, which I believe is Newcastle. So this is the Axion PIS system. It will differ on each train. There are different versions. This is just one of the versions. So there'll be a more modern version that takes up the whole of this area here that you can also get on more modern units. So this livery is more of a when it was transferred over to Transfer Night Express rather than the latest livery, as you probably know. So anyway. Yep, the light has come on very brightly. I don't know why. That must just be the night lighting here at Lime Street. But let's get the doors open and let's listen for something that you probably wouldn't have heard of in Train Simulator before.
Welcome to Transfer Express. This is the service to Newcastle, calling out Manchester Victoria, Huddersfield, Leeds, York, Northallerton, Darlington, Durham, and Newcastle.
There you go. So that is your Class 185 announcements here in Train Simulator 2022, or Train Sim Classic as people call it now. So yeah, I can't believe that. You know, we've been waiting so long for someone to develop such a, well, what sounds like a simple system. I can only imagine there's a hell of a lot of effort that's gone into that. And when you have a look into the manual, this has two manuals with it. It has a normal manual and also an announcement manual. You need to be able to make sure that you are doing the right thing in the right scenario. Just to make sure that you've got the right announcement. There's stopping patterns. They've researched stopping patterns. They have to keep that up to date with the working timetable. So much detail has gone into this. It is unbelievable. Anyway, here we are at Liverpool High Street. We have got the road to go. We should be departing in the next sort of 20 to 30 seconds. We've got Class 350, it looks like. It's entering the station over here to Zyro. And we're going to get on our way very shortly afterwards anyway. So we can pull down these blinds and do stuff with that. You know, you can do anything. I love the sort of the side window here. That's a very distinct feature of the Class 185, which I really like. And I love the route. ATS Chat Moss is a lovely route. So, due to the cancellation of the previous Scarborough service, controllers authorised this train will call additionally at Lee Green and Newton the Willows. Well, you'll need to let me know when we get there because I'm normally ready to speed through. So, I'm going to turn the game sound down a tad. That is a bit loud for me. And we are going to get on our way. So the next stop on this service will be Lee Green due to the cancellation of the Scarborough round train. Very, very bright in here. So bright that I can't even see the F3 display or F4 display, whatever it is up there. F5 display, is it? Never remember which one it is. Yeah, it's the F5 display. Anyway, here we are leaving Liverpool Lime Street on this service bound for Newcastle. Our service is normally non-stop to Manchester, Victoria. However, this service will additionally be calling at Lee, Green and Newton Willows. So that'll give us some extra chances to feature this fantastic announcement system. Hopefully it does go to plan. I'm not too sure if it's going to work at those stations, given that this train isn't due to stop there normally, so we'll have to wait and see. But it is the winter months, which it isn't outside at the moment. It is May outside at the moment. It is quite warm, I must admit. It's getting to that warmer time of year when you really don't need the heating on at night and stuff like that. You can pretty much survive and be happy with that. So while we're just navigating our way outside of Liverpool, I will show you the passenger view. So you press the 5 button like normal. You've got the lovely passenger view here. And this does look glorious, I must admit. It just looks fantastic, and this is exactly how they are in real life at the moment. You've got your seats there, and you've got your window and all sort of numbers there. You can sit in multiple seats, really, to be honest, and it's a glorious place to sit, I must admit. Really, really nice indeed. So I'm just going to get us back up to speed now. We've got a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit, which we're going to adhere to very shortly. Starts around here, I believe. So another 319 there coming into the Lime Street. There we go, we're on the 40 now. It's a lovely sounding engine, this, definitely. It's a transmission engine as well. It's very similar to the 195s. If you know how the 195s work, they're kind of geared as well. I don't think these are quite geared in the same way. You really feel the 195s when they change into a different gear. You can actually feel it. It's quite weird to feel that in a train. Anyway, these 185s are superb units. They've been around for a while now, longer than people think, and yet they're doing really well, to be honest. The problem is still you have to couple 2 units together to be able to get the maximum capacity, but apart from that, you're good, to be honest, on most things. So here we go, just getting ourselves up to first station on this route, which is Edge Hill. You've got your Virgin Pendolino arriving there when they were in their silk livery. Many people will remember that. That was probably one of my favourite Pendolino liveries. I know it wasn't much of one, to be honest. It was just more of an intermediate livery, whilst Virgin were negotiating losing the franchise. Now they have lost the franchise, so that's the end of Virgin there. So yeah, quite a gloomy day here in Liverpool. Not very nice indeed, and it is quite snowy as well. We've also got a double yellow, so we are following something. We've got to be conscious of that as well. Lots of different things to think about in this scenario. We've got Tubric sidings there on the left-hand side. Normally be reserved for GBRF locomotives and stuff like that, so I'm not sure why a Freightliner 66 is there, possibly due to engineering works. But you have got some of the biomass wagons that are from Alan Thompson Sim. So those biomass wagons there, they look fantastic, and they're part of the beta products from Alan Thompson Sim, and they live there in real life. Tubric Sidings is full of those Drax wagons, so I think they look great. They really add a new sort of immersion to the routes, definitely. I'm just going to turn the game sound up a tad. It doesn't feel that loud when you're in the cab, I must admit. So I'm just hopefully not getting the train up too quickly. Just got to bear in mind that we are following something by the looks of it. We've just got to sort of make the most of that. Yeah, so we are on a single yellow now, so I'll slow us down. Because we seem to be catching up to whatever we are there we go, heading on the Chat Moss route, heading eastbound towards Manchester. Just want to make sure that we do get a green signal up here, or anything apart from red would do, to be honest. It has been a busy period for myself, definitely outside of doing all the streams and stuff. I've been getting a lot of my summer plans ready. I am going to be doing a bit of travelling throughout June, more travelling than I'm used to, a lot more travelling in July than I'm used to, and August as well. So the next 3 months for me are going to be very busy. There will be some sort of weekends where I won't be able to live stream or do any videos. So I'll try and get some videos out to cover the fact that I won't be able to do any, but we'll have to wait and see. See what the time brings. Should be able to get videos out on YouTube definitely, but the live streams, they may not be able to happen obviously, because I might be away from home. And we've got a double yellow. We can basically proceed, which is good. I'm going to get the speed up, but not too quickly, because this thing, when you do put it into sort of notch 3, notch 4 onwards, you get quite a rapid pace of acceleration. This thing will really launch. The engines are very capable, so I'd rather keep it in notch 2, keep it into a notch that you can control the train happily at, and give you a little sneak peek of the horn as we from the cab as we pass this station here. There you go. It's for you. And we're on green. So now I am going to put us into notch number 3 just to get ourselves up to speed now. Clearly whatever we were following has now long since gone. So we are now ready to get ourselves up to the line speed, which I believe is 90. So that's what we're heading for now. I'll do the horn again if you want to hear that again. A lot louder from the outside, I can assure you of that. 156 for you. Yeah, mostly been following a stopper bound for Wigan, or that sort of direction. That'll be breaking off to St Helens Junction here on the left hand side. As we pass Roby, which is the next station calling point in this service. Well, we won't be stopping there, but the train that we are following will have done. It'll either be at Roby or it'll be at Highton by now. One of the two. Yeah, it's left Roby by the looks of it, so it'll be at Highton. So that's Roby there. Oh, a pair of sheds. A freight train. There we go, there's that 319 we were following, and it is here at Highton. There you go. So, well on our way now towards Manchester as we head past Highton. Now we're officially outside of Liverpool, and as we head towards the St Helens area, before heading towards Lee Green, Newton the Willows, that sort of area. But Lee Green is approximately just under 5 miles away, so we've got plenty of time to enjoy this train's maximum speed. We'll turn the gauge sound down just a tad, because it does get quite loud at the higher speeds. The running sounds for this train are also second to none. Something I very rarely hear is great running sounds at high speeds. You really get a sensation of going very high speed in this. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's just the immersion of the sound and the driving position, the field of view. Everything rolled into one package really does give you a huge amount more immersion than you normally get from any normal DLCs. And I said to my followers on Twitch on my live stream, when I live streamed this 185, I said this should be the benchmark now for how new DLCs are released. I think people should aim towards this sort of quality. One thing I did notice during the live stream was this sort of wearing here on the cab here that you can see where there's been some wear ever since the train has been put into service. Now that's something that you just don't get on normal Dovetail Games releases. Everything's very clean and new, almost unrealistic in a way actually, which is ironic because it's meant to be a simulator, it's meant to be realistic. And looking at how new things are, it actually takes away the immersion rather than adds to it. So certainly an interesting sort of area to think about. So there we go, well on our way now towards Manchester. Snowy Chat Moss. I think this route looks great in the snow. I think it really does the world so much good to look that good in the snow, definitely. So now we're about a mile out from Lee Green. Just going to start the braking. Probably a little bit faster than that. So our next stop will be Lee Green.
This is the service to Newcastle.
There you go, so this is Lee Green here, where we're just going to stop for the moment. Passengers on board, and then we're going to proceed. There we go, nice and quick. So let's hear our departure from the outside, actually, to be honest. Give you a chance to hear the sounds from the outside on this train. So let's do it. There you go, that's the sounds from the outside for you. Sounding very good indeed, I must admit. There's no way I can fault this train in terms of sound. They're absolutely bang on, exactly what you'd expect for an ATS release. They're on par now, definitely, with our Armstrong Powerhouse. I wouldn't say they're very far behind. There's a lot of detail in this that you probably wouldn't get in an Armstrong Powerhouse release, such as the announcements. You know, that is a huge drawing point for this. And anyone who hasn't driven this train before, absolutely, I thoroughly recommend it. Just the interactivity, the elements like that to it, just totally add a new sense of dimension to this game. I think, you know, we've been waiting to do this for a long time, and you know, there's the whole passenger element to Train Sim World 2 that I absolutely adore, and I love the interactivity element of this just as much. So each game has its pluses and minuses. So next stop on the service will be Newton-le-Willows. We have to just go past Earlstown first. Once we get to Earlstown, I will start braking, because we won't be very far from Newton-le-Willows at that point. So this is literally around just under a mile from Earlstown to Newton-le-Willows, so you do need to be prepared to stop. It'll be interesting to see if we can actually make it to 90 between here and Earlstown. Let's have a look at the passenger view. Very nice indeed. Feels nice, warm and cosy in here, definitely, which is lovely for these winter months, definitely. And back in the cab. Just in time for that driver safety device. Did that well. So here we go, onwards. I would like to know though, what are your opinions of the Class 185? Have you driven it before? How long have you had it? Did you have it first time you got it on release? Are you going to get it after watching this video? Do let me know in the comment section below. That wasn't meant to rhyme. We're following something again. Probably a Transport for Wales unit, most likely. That's what these Trans-Pennine Express services like to follow for some weird reason. But there we go, that is Earlstown there. Single yellow, definitely, yeah. So there we go, let's creep up on this red. Yeah, I want to know everything about it. The first thing I will say is all links to this well, mainly to this DLC, because that's what we're reviewing today. So all links to the DLC and the route will be in the description below for you to reference to. If you are looking at buying it, you can actually get it for a discount if you have an Alan Thompson Simulation subscription, like I do. I thoroughly recommend that, because they are always releasing new things, and it's always worth getting hold of new DLCs. There's nothing bad about that, definitely. Anyway, Newton-le-Willows is just coming up now, 0.5 miles. That'll be good, because that'll give us some distance between us and the Transport for Wales unit that we're following. Here we go, this is Newton-le-Willows for everyone.
This is the service to Newcastle.
Right, so announcements. Well, that's something I didn't expect when I first got this DLC. I didn't actually know it had announcements. I would have gotten it regardless. I tend to have a soft spot for new trains, so. But I think the recent months, if not a year or so, have probably been the best ever for this game. So we've got 64-bit, we've had a huge upgrade to the game engine, which has allowed for much better, high quality scenarios to come along. to be able to have a load of new routes come out. West Coast Main Line South has been one of them. Obviously, we've had the Class 800 has been massively upgraded and reworked by the guys over at Armstrong Powerhouse. You know, we've had a plethora of stuff. That Class 700 that came out of the blue. I never even realised that was going to come out. And next minute, there you go, out of nowhere, here's a Class 700. And we got that enhanced by the Armstrong Powerhouse team within a matter of weeks of its release, which is very, very, very kind of them. So, you know, it's been a fantastic time. We've also got the Stoke Loop. Now that's something that I've not actually done a video on yet. That will be in the next coming weeks. I do intend to explore that over the summer, so that will be included in a video. I'm going to do a whole sort of journey from Crewe down to Stafford via Stoke-on-Trent, just to give you an explore of that area there. And I can't wait to show you that video, because we've been looking for that for a while. There's your Class 350. Now that's waiting to go on the line via Wigan. Unfortunately, Transpennine Express don't have any more Class 350s. They're now being replaced by Class 397s, which are made by CAT. They operate on the Manchester Airport to, I think, Edinburgh and possibly Glasgow routes as well. Although they are looking at getting the IETs, the 802s, the Novas, over, the Nova 1s over to Glasgow and Edinburgh. I know they've been looking to do that for quite a while, so that is on the cards at some point, definitely. There's a lot of changes going on in the railway, definitely, and I haven't really been a big part of the railway. As I said, I've had my driving lessons, my driving tests to focus on, so I really haven't been to many places or done any videos recently. I have some free time on Monday to do something. Monday will be the 23rd by the time this video is released. But I don't know if I'm going to get anything done, because I think the weather is looking rather inclement this Monday, and I don't want to be caught out in the weather. I've had that before when I've been out doing stuff, and it's not been pleasant. I tend to try and avoid the rain where possible, unless there's something extremely special. And there isn't. There won't ever be. It's just a Monday morning. Sort of just going out because I've got nothing else to do really, and I don't want to have to. Don't want to have to experience the worst of the British weather, but I don't think it's the right time of year really to get the best weather. There's always rain around April, May. It's always been a very wet sort of time of year for this country, especially over the summer. It's not going to get any drier, I can tell you that. But you know, you just have to live with it. That's what this country's like, unfortunately. You get used to it in the end. Anyway, the announcements are in a part of this package. In order to get the announcements to work, it's not as simple as just loading up the scenario and wham bam, thank you ma'am, they're included in the train. Due to the way Train Sim is scripted, announcements were not able to be simulated with the train alone. You have to run a plugin, which you can load alongside the game. If you just double click the plugin when you load Train Simulator, it will recognise the Train Simulator is loaded. And it will detect which route you're on, and it will work every time you open the doors. It's door commands that allow it to sort of configure itself. Also, it does work on approach to station, which you'll see when we get on the approach to Manchester Victoria. It will have a nice little announcement saying thank you for travelling with Transpennine Express, all of this jazz. Now, you didn't have that for Lee Green or Newton Willows, and the reason for that is they're unscheduled stops. So the train, the Axion system there wasn't aware that the train was stopping there, so it didn't bother to make any announcement for it. So there are stopping patterns and everything that's been researched into this, to be honest. Get ourselves down to 60 for this crossing. yeah, so there's loads and loads of service patterns and stopping patterns that have been implemented into this accident system, and they get updated every day. Well, not every day, but as often as feasibly possible, I'm sure. But there is a huge amount of stuff on there at the moment, and every time there's a new thing, you can put a support ticket into Alan Thompson Sim, and they will make note of it. They'll get the software updated on the train, so that's very, very kind of them. To offer that one-to-one support for the customer is extremely kind, and that is part of the perks of being a customer of Alan Thompson Sim. A fantastic website that has a fantastic array of scenarios on there. I used to contribute myself. I haven't got the time now, unfortunately, to do the scenarios that I want, so my scenario creating days are over for the moment. But that's not to say they'll never be back. I'm sure we'll find time in the future. It's just that at the moment it's a bit of a difficult time to be able to fit it all in around work and everything. But anyway, with regards to that, we're heading into the summer months. A lot of people will recognise that there's a lot of holidays and stuff coming up. I'm going to several places next month, just as a sort of trip. I'm returning to Heathrow, which is something I haven't done in a long time. I visit Heathrow roughly once or twice a year. I have actually been to Heathrow this year already. I went in January, flew into Heathrow with Aer Lingus from Dublin. It was a lovely flight, and there will be some videos on my Trains IRL channel of the takeoff and landing of that. That will be released in July, I believe. I've been waiting a while to upload it because I accidentally filmed it in portrait mode, so I've been reluctant to get the video edited in a way that it can be viewed on YouTube. Portrait and YouTube don't go well together. So I've managed to do something. It doesn't look great. It's not. I prefer it to be in landscape, and I don't know why I didn't film it in landscape. I've been thinking that ever since. But it's a nice video. It's 4K, so hopefully you guys will enjoy that when it does come out. But yeah, no, we're returning to Heathrow. Fingers crossed the weather stays good for that, but you never know what the weather's going to be like in this country, so. Let's have a look here. 2017, yeah. And then I do have some other things due. Got some trips later in June planned, just day trips, stuff like that, and then I am going on holiday. I think the second week in July actually. I'm going to be travelling down to Dawlish for a week off the seaside, staying at the Bruno Holiday Park, which is somewhere I've always wanted to stay in my entire life. The little Mark 1 coaches that have been laid out next to Dawlish Warren Station, you can stay in any one of them for quite a hefty fee, probably is the best way to put it. Oh, we've got the rain hitting now, so I've got our wipers on. So yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to doing in July. That's going to be a wonderful trip, and I'm aiming to tick off all the railways down there. So going to the West Somerset Railway, the Paignton and Dartmouth Steam Railway. And we're also going to the South Devon Railway as well. So a lot of stuff is going to be going on. While we get through, and then we've got a big trip coming up in August as well, where I'll be travelling quite a large distance, Caledonian sleeper, with my father for the first time on his first ever sleeper train. So that's a nice little trip to celebrate my grandma's 20th. That wouldn't be right, would it? 90th birthday. She's a huge milestone for her, so that's quite a special thing. So got all of that to look forward to. Huge amount of stuff over the summer, and I will certainly let you guys know what's happening. There will always be videos on YouTube. I'll always try and endeavour to get videos up every week on YouTube. Every Saturday I will try and get a live stream done, and every Sunday I'll try and get a video out. So Sundays at 6 PM, which is when my videos go out for the week. If I can't live stream, I do apologise. Yeah, it's just due to other commitments and stuff like that. But I'll always try my best, as you guys very well know. Anyway, in the meantime, I hope everyone has been enjoying this video. It's been a wonderful introduction to the Class 185. It's just a glorious piece of DLC that I think everyone should, you know, just have, because it's obvious how good it is and how worthwhile it is to get it. Definitely, I wouldn't question it one bit. It's a superb piece of DLC. It's been lovingly created and crafted over, well, the PIS system alone must have taken months to complete. Then you've got the other interactive elements to it as well. I cannot say how much this must have taken to complete. A hell of a lot of time and effort, I'll put it that way. Either way, it has definitely pulled off, and I don't think I've ever driven this train and not thought, oh my gosh, this is a fantastic piece of DLC. You know, get that announcement system working as soon as you jump in the train, and jobs are good. Anyway, welcome to Manchester. We've made it all the way successfully, Liverpool to Manchester, from west to east. Now we're pulling into the great city of Manchester. Now, if you are watching this, I hope you have enjoyed it. I don't know whether Manchester City will have been, because I am filming this obviously prior to the final Premier League match, but I don't know whether Manchester City or Liverpool are champions. Who knows? We've still got 1 point between them as it stands, but yeah, that's a big match, and we will have known by the time this video goes out. But as for now, who knows? All I know is this is a fantastic piece of DLC. I'll link everything in the description. This is the first piece of DLC. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's 10 out of 10. Absolutely 10 out of 10. The sounds are fantastic. The variety of functions are fantastic. The PIS system is fantastic. GSMR is fantastic. The interactivity is fantastic. The driving physics mechanics are fantastic. Yeah. I struggled to find a negative with this, honestly. You would very, very be hard pushed to find a negative with this. It's certainly one of the better DLCs that has ever come out for Train Sim, so I'll definitely recommend anyone to get this, wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing. Drop what you're doing now and get the Class 185 DLC on Alan Thompson Sim. Honestly, you will not regret it. You will not regret it one bit. Paces, very nice. Have a bit of pacer action there. You haven't had any pacer action on the actual UK rail network for a long time now. Paces have been long gone. It's such a pity because I did enjoy them. But I don't think I've been on that many. I think I've only been on a handful in my life. One of the best journeys I had on a pacer was Middlesbrough. But further than that, it was Darlington to Saltburn. Now that was a Humpty Dumpty journey on a Class 142 pacer. Fun times indeed on that trip. Right, let's put the DRA on. Have a look what we're waiting for in the map. We are waiting for 2 November 57, which is a 150, and it's running late, going to Clitheroe, and then we're due into platform number 5, where this scenario is going to terminate. We were following a Transport for Wales train. There it is, the planned no to Manchester Piccadilly. That's just going to go out now into the sidings. Yeah, we're just waiting for 2 November 57 here, and then we're going to enter into the station. So, let's have a look from the outside. This train does look fantastic from all angles. It really does, especially on this nice winter's day. Look at that. Oh, that is something special indeed. Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy New Year. That 150's coming out now. Talking of 150s, hello. There we go. We've got a DSD alarm that's just come up. Hopefully we'll get the road in just a sec, and so we can proceed into the station. But yeah, any details, any time you want me to play some more of this Class 185, just let me know. No doubt I will do at some point. But this is just to showcase it for you now. But yeah, go get this DLC. And get it sharpish, really, because it is absolutely phenomenally good. It's honestly, it is unlike any other DLC I've ever had in this game before. It just blows everything else out of the park, and I don't know why, I don't know how it does it, but it is, honestly, this is on par with the Class 700 EP. The amount of work that's gone into that is very similar to the amount of work that's gone into this. You can certainly tell it's been lovingly crafted. People have spent time on this because they wanted to, because they knew they wanted to provide a better experience for people in the game. You know, this isn't an enhancement pack, this is a train pack. This is the benchmark that trains need to meet when they get into Train Sim Classic now. I don't expect anything less than this. And I wish those announcements could be ported over to other trains. Maybe we could have a Class 387.
Manchester Victoria. If you're leaving the train, take a moment to check you have everything with you. Don't forget any bags or cases in the luggage racks or under seat, and retain your tickets as they may be required when exiting this station. Thank you for travelling with Trans-Pennine Express, and have a great onward journey.
There you go, maybe those announcements can be ported over to other trains like the Class 387 for example, or the Class 700. I'd love for that to be a possibility in the future. And honestly, I've never known a train that's been this fun to drive. I don't think I will for a long time. It's just been something else. And there we go. Welcome to Manchester Victoria, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this video. I've thoroughly enjoyed bringing it to you.
This is a service to Newcastle, calling out Huddersfield, Leeds, York, Northallerton, Darlington, Durham, and Newcastle.
So there we are. That's us there in the Class 185. So that's that, guys. Thank you very much for joining me on this video. It's been fantastic. All links are in the description below for you to refer to, but this has been brilliant. I am LM Simulation. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful video on YouTube, and I'll be back next week with some flight simulator action. I'll be recreating a flight I did last year, and I've been wanting to do so for quite a while. So I'll be recreating that flight in Flight Simulator next week. Do keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime, have a wonderful week, evening, day, night, wherever you are in the world. Do take care, and I'll see you in the next video here on LM Simulation. All the best, do take care, and ta-ra!